Hello and welcome to the channel. It's been a long time since I've made a video of any kind of a caliber, and I thought this was the appropriate time. You know, people are just discovering this game, and so I thought I would go ahead and make a new player guide to Adventure Quest. This is what you're going to see when you jump into the game. Actually, you're going to see a character creation screen. I've gone ahead and made my own character here, and I've chosen the warrior class. It doesn't matter which class you choose for the beginning because you can change at any time, and I'll show you how to do that later on in the guide. And we're already level 2. That was very easy. Okay. So basically, what you're going to want to do is play through this area. But once you get through here, and I'm the warrior class, by the way, for those of you who are curious, there's the warrior, the mage, and the rogue for the be chosen in the beginning. And like I said, I'll show you how to do that in a bit, how to choose between them. But you've made your character, and you started out in the area. You have no idea what's going on. This is a tab targeting combat system. You've played any kind of an MMO any time in the past, you know what tab targeting is. I mean, it's just simple. You press tab, you've got your abilities, you got an auto attack, whatever. I'm not going to read this. I don't want to spoil anything for you, so I'm going to go ahead and skip through it. Just so that when you experience the dialogues here, it'll actually be an experience instead of me spoiling it for you. The only thing I'm spoiling right now is what you're doing when you get here, and the only reason I'm doing that is for the purpose of the guide. Alright, so we're going to kill this door here, which apparently is very tough, and once we get through the door, we're going to run into the main villain of the game. Now you see I'm already level 3. That's intentional. They want you to be level 3 by the time that you escape, or whatever you want to call it, get out of this area. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and roll through these cutscenes again, just because I don't want to spoil anything. I want you to experience the game for the first time. Basically, what happens, you get tossed by the big guy there into this town called Babylon. Now this is where you're going to spend the opening moments of your game kind of familiarizing yourself. So you're going to want to learn sort of what to do. You know, well, you've just done the tutorial. Well, now it's telling you to talk to a man named Artix, which is the central character of all the games, and he's based off of the CEO of the development company. So you're going to talk to him, and he's going to give you armor and a blade. Now this is your first set of weapons. So you're going to go over here to the little backpack. That's your inventory, and you're going to want to go ahead and equip it, because it's much better than what you start with. Now you don't look as cool, so what you can do is go over here and go to costume. So now you can still look as cool, but you can have the stats of this armor. So this game has a fully fledged costume system. Anything that you pick up, you can costume and use it. You know, there's armor sets that are purely cosmetic. There's armor sets that are, you know, they don't provide any stats boost at all. And those are very nice. Now this is how you change into the class. In case you didn't see, I clicked on the 3 bars here, and you've got your inventory, you got character, which just shows you your stats and what you're wearing. You've got a quest log, which we don't really have any but this one quest right now. You've got crafting, which is useless on the go pretty much. You've got travel, which will allow you to go to all of the areas of the game once you've been to them before. And you got potions, which allows you to buy health potions on the go. You've got friends list, which you can add your friends here, and basically when you add a new friend, they pop up down here, and you can teleport to them when they're online, etc. And you can report bugs because we're still in beta. This is your graphical fidelity and all that stuff. You know, I have mine maxed out. Most computers that you're going to be playing is on probably maxed out too. And what else we got? Upgrade to Guardian or Dragon Guardian. We're not going to worry about that later. That's a subject for another video. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you what you need to do once you've spoken to Artix, and kind of the basics of what you're going to do throughout the game. I'm going to go ahead and change classes here. We're going to go for again, don't want to spoil anything. We're going to go for, let's go for the rogue. Okay, so every class has a ultimate ability. Every class has a different skill set and multiple abilities, and they have, obviously they all work together with one another. Now you're going to see me doing just a few of these random little attacks here, and these frog zards are not that tough. You should be able to well, we got some new boots. Alright, you should be able to kill them no problem. And you're going to want to go ahead and go through all of the quests in this area. She's going to give you a bunch of quests, and then there'll be a couple more quests. And you basically, how you want to start the game and play the game all the way through is you want to go into each new area with a mindset that I've got to do every single quest. Now that may sound boring, but it's actually very fun. At least for me personally, going through all the quests, killing the monsters here, you know, getting the new gear, and doing the dungeons over and over, grinding for gear. And it's a lot of fun. You know, if this isn't your style thing, that's alright. It's free to play and free to try. But it's a lot of fun to just go through the quests. And so that's what I recommend that you do, is just play all the way through Green Guards. You know, do some challenges, do some whatever seems fun. Go ahead and do it. And if you have any questions, ask somebody. You know, if you're like, well, where'd you get that sword? Ask them. Most of the time, if they're paying attention to the chat, they'll be more than happy to tell you where they got it. You know, most people in this game are very friendly. They're not, you know, a bit ridiculous like some other people in other games. You know, they're friendly enough. And also, I want to point out, you can play this on your mobile device, any mobile device, Android or iOS. You can run this game no problem. At least I've run it on my old phones, and I'm currently running it on my S9 Plus. So it runs really well on that phone, obviously, and it'll run pretty well on pretty much anything that you try to run it on, PC or otherwise. Okay, so we went through exactly what my opinion you should do once you've played through the tutorial, and that is, again, just going through the quests, having fun, exploring. You always want to explore the areas because there's lots of little hidden things in these areas. You know, there's like that door over there that leads to a very cool place. So does that book right there. This leads to your dungeons. There's just a lot of cool little hidden areas and hidden things to do. There's actually a challenge of a big boss that'll challenge you over in that area, and there's a few bosses and things, and so that's a really fun thing to do. Now, since you are new to the game, I'm going to go over the crafting. Okay, so the crafting is done by, each area has a person, obviously, where you get quests or where you can craft things. See, we've picked up a Frog's Art scale, but I've already got the boots. So, because we picked up the item to craft, we can make these boots, but I think I'm already wearing them. Anyways, let me see. I thought I was already wearing them, but those show that they have better stats. No, I'm wearing chewed up boots. Okay, so we can go ahead and craft some boots. It's going to take a minute, and the further you go through the game, the more time things take to craft. You know, some of the higher end weapons are like a few hours, and that may seem like a lot, but you know, it's worth it to go ahead and get those started up like as soon as you log in, you know, if you got the parts, or when you're logging off, and they'll be ready the next day, and you can just go on about your way. So we're going to go ahead and craft these boots here, and that's essentially how the crafting works. You know, the more rare items, you're going to have to figure out where you get them from, and as always, you know, you can ask somebody. You know, I'll be on my main account, you can ask me anything, and you know, ask me in the YouTube comments down below. I'll be happy to answer all your questions, but this is just kind of like a quick start, basic run-through overview of what you should do, in my opinion, when you start the game. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. One more thing I want to show you is that if you manage to catch it still in beta, and you want to get one of the cooler looking armor sets in the game, you can go to this little thing called the travel crystal right here. When you click on it and hit random adventure, it'll take you through a dungeon. You want to pick up all the loot in there, and once you have a certain number of the loot that's called the battle gems, you can go right over here and you can hit adventure crafting and beta berserker, and you can get this set that's only for the beta players. So that's a really cool set of armor that's only for people who play in the beta, and it requires lots of battle gems. But it's worth it because it's nice armor, it's cool weapons, you know, it's really cool looking stuff, and you're going to want to get it before the game goes out of beta, obviously, because when that happens, you know, you can't get it anymore. But it's a really cool looking stuff, and so I would recommend definitely, you know, putting a little bit of time into that. Don't spend all your time doing that, but definitely put some of your time into doing that. And so, to wrap things up here, You know, you're going to want to explore. There's the Yogur's Inn, they call it. That's people like to hang out there in there and stuff. There's the class trainers over there. They've got some good level 5, level 6 gear for your classes. The pet shop doesn't really do anything right now. The barber shop can change your appearance, or at least your hair and such. And the bank is where you can store items. But beyond that, there's really the Guardian Tower and the Magic Shop. And the Guardian Tower has some nice features for the Guardians, but the Magic Shop doesn't really do anything. You can pick up some little quests from these guys around the town, but mostly what you should be doing is just a quest through Green Guard, you know, where you start with the area that I was just in, and all the way through. You know, that'll take you through the entire game. It'll take a little while. The level cap right now is 21, and it'll take you a little while to go through all these areas. I mean, you can see this is just what's in Green Guard, but there's Doomwood and Ashfall and Darkovia and the Underworld and the World Tree and the Dragon Graveyard and so on. So it's going to take you a while, but what I can definitely recommend is if you get a little bit lost, find an experienced player. Like I said, hit me up in the comments. I'll be happy to help you on my main account or even on this account. You know, if someone wants me to grind through the game with them, I'd be more than happy to do that, because I mean, it's a fun game. And also, I do have a Discord server, so anyone who would like to join up, we got a couple of guys we play pretty much every day, and we have a lot of fun. So, yeah, that's all I've got for new players. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe for more content from AQ3D coming very soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one.